There are some things that people do that in the long or short term will end up damaging your car slightly or even seriously, and all this for things that you can correct right now in the simplest way just by following these tips. The first tip is not to drive with the reserve of the car. This is important and many people do it. Even people who leave the car in the garage almost without gasoline, and this is a mistake. The problem is that when we drive with the reserve or with very little gas in the tank, we'll start several problems in the car. You will surely give you jaloneo, the car will turn off and all this because the fuel pump is overheated, cannot be cooled by the lack of gasoline in the tank, and ends up being damaged. Or the problem is when you do it constantly. This is going to generate damage and damage the fuel pump. Number 2. Do not let the oil circulate completely when you start the car. This is a very important tip, and I mean do not accelerate the car when you are just starting it after a long period of time where the ignition was not on or where the oil was at rest. When the car is off for too long, at least 3 or 4 hours, the oil settles in the crankcase. This means that the cylinders are not lubricated, and that is why it is important not to accelerate the car when you first start it. You should let the oil circulate throughout the system for at least 10 seconds, and this will prevent damage to the engine faster. Number 3. Washing the engine with too much pressure. Flushing the engine is not wrong. What is wrong is flushing the engine with a hydrojet that has too much pressure. This loosens the wires and connectors. And that is why it is so common that after leaving the car wash, you start having problems in the car. And this is because the wires and connectors may have loosened with the pressure. The best option is to clean the engine with rags or in a soft way, but the bad thing is that it is something tedious, but it will not give you problems. Number 4. Adding bad quality gasoline. The quality of the gasoline is something that we cannot control, since we do not manufacture the gasoline, and we have to trust the gasoline, and we have to rely on the gas stations. The problem is adding gasoline that is not good for your car. This can produce problems of very strong explosions in the manifold or in the carburetor, in the exhaust, and make you think it is a problem that is somewhere else, or a sensor, when it is simply a problem with the quality of gasoline, and the octane is too low for this reason, is that it explodes much earlier. If you liked the video and you have any faults, let me know in the comments, and if you want to know more about automotive maintenance, I will leave you our course in a comment posted. See you in the next video.